Time now for business news. Yuka Royer joins us on set. For that, Yuka, going to start with the latest market figures.
Well, that's right. Global stocks taking a breather this Tuesday after a strong rally on Monday, which was boosted by upbeat manufacturing data around the world. And let's have a look at the figures. European stocks are all down, as you can see, but mildly by about a third of a percentage point. Asian shares were mixed also this Tuesday earlier. South Korea's Kospi stayed in positive territory after it was closed for a public holiday on Monday.
Let's turn to, tell me first about the oil prices.
Oil prices now then. They retreated again ahead of a key OPEC meeting next week to discuss adjusting output. Over the past few months, oil prices have been rising and have now rebounded to pre-pandemic levels. This, of course, after US crude prices plunged into negative territory historically last April.
Let's turn now to the United States. And of course, once again, the House of Representatives, the Senate, starting to debate this massive coronavirus relief package.
By President Joe Biden's massive $1.9 trillion package passed the House last week. But there was one sticking point, whether to include a minimum wage hike. The Senate has already said that it's against its rules to include it in the relief measure, and Democrats finally backed down from an effort to do so. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Monday said that debate could begin this week in the chamber after this move. The backpedaling, though, in the bill does not end hopes of addressing the issue in Congress, and there's some bipartisan support for raising the federal minimum wage from the current $7.25 for the first time since 2009. The private sector has already been making the move. Supermarket chain Costco, for example, is raising its minimum wage to $16 per hour from this week.
Okay, well, let's look at some more corporate news now. And a senior executive at Nike has stepped down.
Well, Nike's vice president and head of its North America operations, Ann Herbert, abruptly left the company following a media report about her son's business. Bloomberg Businessweek's latest cover article revealed that her 19-year-old son had used a credit card in his mother's name to buy trainers to then resell. It said that he spent more than $100,000 on the credit card to buy limited edition shoes to make profit out of them. Nike issued a brief statement saying Herbert had made the decision to leave herself and that it was looking for her replacement.
Meanwhile, Yuka, the pandemic has hurt the culture sector across the world. Theatres and cinemas forced to shut down. In Japan, though, one dance company has come up with a bit of an innovative idea.
Well, dance company Moonlight Mobile Theatre has introduced a rather peculiar way for the audience to view, or more likely spy on, their live performances. The Nagoya-based troupe has set up cubicles around its circular-shaped stage, with visitors watching them from behind closed doors through mail slots and peepholes. They say it's a way to engage the audience's curiosity and imagination while keeping necessary social distancing measures.
I wonder how long you could sit like that, though, and not become conscious of your muscles.
No, that's right.
The pandemic, though, did boost some businesses, notably for video conferencing providers, among them Zoom, which has now become a household name.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Zoom again beat analyst expectations. It reported a 369% rise year on year for the final quarter of 2020. The earnings report came after the markets closed on Monday in New York, leading to a 10% rise in Zoom's share price in after-hours trading. Laurent Berstecher has the details.
A strong finish to an incredible year. Zoom continued its astronomical rise, with the company performing above expectations in the fourth quarter of the fiscal year. The group posted revenue of over $880 million and a net profit of $260 million, more than quadrupling results from the same time last year. The earnings report topped both analyst projections and Zoom's own forecast, helping lift its stock price by around 10% on Monday. It came as the platform was showing its first signs of slowing down amid a recent drop in subscriber numbers. Yet Zoom was eager to reassure investors that it could sustain its momentum as it forecast a total growth of 40% in the next 12 months.
As we progress to the world reopening, people have now integrated video conferencing into their lives. in the way they work, the way they learn, the way they socialize. That is not going to change.
A relative unknown before the pandemic, Zoom has since established itself as the go-to video conferencing app, as millions of users flocked to it for jobs, education, and socializing during lockdown. The company is hoping many businesses hold on to their subscriptions even after their offices reopen, but having now accumulated over $4 billion in cash and stock, it will also be looking to expand to other areas.